Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 12 in season number 1 of the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. We are here at the Kentucky Speedway for the, I forgot the name of this race. I think it's the Kentucky ARCA 150, I think that's the name of it. It's 15 laps around this 1.5 mile speedway in Sparta, Kentucky. And this is a good Kentucky. We get some passing here. We had the Super Truck Series race here on Friday. That was a pretty good race. All throughout this week, we're going to have a race every single day so we can get this over, so we can get the Chick-fil-A Cup Series season number 4. So the championship battle is really heating up. It is Nick Smith. Excuse me here. It's Nick Smith who is up front in the number 7 by 1 point ahead of Davey Johnson. Wolfgang Stone, he is 18 points back from Nick Smith. We got Dean Wicker, he's kind of in the mix. Jesse Turner, Johnny Bryant, they're all pretty close to the number 7. And those are guys that might come away with this championship. We're just going to have to see what happens in this race. We do know that Nick Smith is the leader, and I think that's all you need to know before we get to the starting lineup. And of course the graphics are all fuzzy, but we're just going to deal with it for this race because I don't feel like going in and changing it all. Jake Ferguson's on the pole. Alongside him it's Matt Tuck. Then we got Blaine Keys, Nicholas Gratton, Nick Smith, John Arndt, Dan Park, Davey Johnson, Wolfgang Stone, Ryan Madden, Jordan Newman, Tristan Allen, Garrett Zenor, Stuart Gratton, Philip Goldberg, Cole Baker, Julian Quintero, Reagan Whitlock, Dean Wickard, Grayson Acevedo, Austin Spencer, Oscar Ramirez, Hairgel Arvin Alonso, Johnny Bryant, Zachary Fitzwater, Mason Powers, John Andrews, Trey Bartow, Nicholas Samedeo, Jesse Turner, and Tyler Selzman. The full field starting here today, and I do apologize about the kind of slightly messed up graphics there. I don't know what the deal is. I've been trying some things out. I think I was trying to use Open Broadcaster software, and it didn't work for me. And I was like trying to go full screen and all that, so I think when I was going to the full screen and all that, and two, I'm getting a lot of those 2016 cars, and whenever you add a car onto a mod, lots of times it messes up the graphics. But from here, you can't really tell that the graphics are bad. From this angle, they look okay. So we'll be okay. We'll deal with it for this one race, and I'll go in and fix it for the next one. Anyways, the pace car is pulled off, and we're ready to go racing here at the Kentucky Speedway. It's Jake Ferguson and Matt Tuck. Matt Tuck, am I right about that? Yes, I am. Boy. So, yeah, I don't even know who drives these cars. Green flag is out, and we're underway here at Kentucky. Blaine Keys on this inside, and the points leader, Nick Smith. He starts within the top 5 for this race, and he's got a great shot at extending that points lead. Hairgel Arvin Alonso clinched the Whelen Modified Series points championship at Boston on Saturday. And here comes Nick Smith in the 7 to the inside of Blaine Keys and Jake Ferguson. And the number 7 of Nick Smith will lead the first lap of the race. Here comes Dan Park in the 77. Ryan Madden in the 22, the 90 of Jordan Newman. But it is Nick Smith, the points leader, heading into this race, trying to extend his points lead by even more out front in the number 7. But Dan Park, he's kind of close here in this number 77. We got Ryan Madden and Jordan Newman coming up. But there goes Dan Park to the inside of Nick Smith for the lead. And Nick Smith's going to be put 3 wide on the outside. That's going to hurt him a little bit. Here comes Ryan Madden in the middle of Jordan Newman and Nick Smith. And the number 22 is going to take second. Jordan Newman in the 90 to the inside of Nick Smith. And he got a little bump there. That was Julian Quintero bumping in to Philip Goldberg. Heading in to turn number 3. That could have been big, but fortunately they kept it clean and we're still green. Got Oscar Ramirez, Hairgel Arvin Alonso on the inside. Davey Johnson, who is second in the points coming into this race. He's stuck on the outside right now on the 54. He's right now running 17th on the grid. Out front it's Dan Park, but here comes Ryan Madden, the Pocono winner, bumping into him. And here comes Garrett Zenor out of nowhere in the 66. Zenor looking to get to the inside of Dan Park. He's got to run to the inside of Ryan Madden for the lead. And there goes Garrett Zenor to the lead on lap number 5 of 15. He's got that inside lane. But Ryan Madden trying to get a run on the outside, and he's going to do it. They're side by side down the backstretch for first place. Here comes Jordan Newman in the 90 with help from Nick Smith in the 7. I'm telling you guys, these guys keep on running up the racetrack, and they're coming close to crashing entering turn 3. They really are. But fortunately, they're not. And out of nowhere, here comes Oscar Ramirez, and we're going to go 4 wide for the lead. Nick Smith in the middle there. Smith's going to be able to take the lead. Sidnor's up high. Jordan Newman's in the middle. Here comes Hairgel Arvin Alonso in the 34. But Oscar Ramirez up to second place. He was the one that made it 4 wide, but kind of bottled them all up and then allowed Nick Smith to pull away a little bit. I'm telling you, this is a good race. Who knew Kentucky could be so good? If I enter the 3, anything's possible. Looks like we're going to go 4 wide again. Nope. Well, yeah, actually. We have the 54 of Davey Johnson on the inside trying to catch up to this 7 so he doesn't lose too much from doesn't lose too much ground off the points lead. 54 was the points leader for a majority of the season, but he lost it last time at Pocono. So he had a pretty poor performance there. And Nick Smith got a good performance there at Pocono to take the points lead. But here comes Oscar Ramirez to the inside of him for the lead. John Andrews out of nowhere in the 48. He's running in third. The 34 of Hairgel Arvin Alonso. Davey Johnson has found himself up to 5th place. The Iowa winner, Austin Spencer, is going to take 5th place from him. And I'm telling you, these guys are coming so close to crashing. They're going to blow up some point throughout this race. They just have to. They're racing like crazy out there. They're going 4 wide. That's the 23 of Stuart Gratton on the outside. Of all this 4 wide mess, you got the 40 of John Arndt, Blaine Keys on the inside, Philip Goldberg, the 15 of Grayson Acevedo, Nicholas Gretton in the 46. They're coming close, but they're not crashing. Great job by those guys, keeping it together. Oscar Ramirez in the 24. He's running high a little bit. And may open the door for John Andrews and Hairgel Arvin Alonso. And where did he come from? Nicholas Samadillo has found himself in 4th place. Davey Johnson is now ahead of Nick Smith by 2 positions. So that would give the points lead to Davey Johnson at the end of this race. Tristan Allen's in the 4, running in 6th. Here comes Julian Quintero in the 64. At the 06 of Matt Tuck. I'm telling you, I want this guy to get a win here soon. He might have a shot here at Kentucky. We're just going to have to see. We've seen a lot of passing so far, but it has calmed down up front. Oscar Ramirez, the number 24, leads it with 5 laps to go here in the Kentucky ARCA 150. Alonso's right in his tracks, and this 34 has a good run to the inside. The Whelen Modified Tour champion. Trying to get something good here in the ARCA Series. Trying to make some noise here in the ARCA Series. But here he comes, Davey Johnson. He wants to get this win and extend that points lead. Because at the moment, he has it. He wants Nick Smith to stay behind him, and a win would definitely help his championship run. As far as I know, I do not think that the number 54 of Davey Johnson has won a race this season. He has not. Nick Smith has, but Davey Johnson has not. I think it's a good night for him to change that. On this inside, Nick Smith looking to get to the inside of Julian Quintero. We have John Andrews, Matt Tuck here, and the 52 of Wolfgang Stone, our last winner. He's kind of in this championship picture as well. So a good top 10 finish for him would definitely help his championship run. But it's looking really good for Oscar Ramirez right now in the number 24. He seems to have a strong car, but will Davey Johnson strike here near the end? Alonso's battling with Nicholas Samadillo for 3rd place. Nick Smith is 5th, and there he goes. Davey Johnson to the inside of Ramirez for the lead with 2 laps to go here at Kentucky. There goes John Andrews. He's going to put Nick Smith in the middle, but he's not going to be able to hold that inside lane, and Nick Smith's going to pull away from Nicholas Samadillo and take 4th. Nick Smith wants this points battle to stay close. But Davey Johnson, he wants this win. But we got some hungry guys behind him. Hairgel Arvin Alonso in the 34, fresh off that Whelen Modified Tour championship. He's up to 2nd, and here he comes, Nick Smith in the 7. He might battle this 54 for the win in this race, so it's going to be between the top 2 in points. Davey Johnson and Nick Smith but Johnson's pulling away in the 54. And I don't think Nick Smith's going to have enough to get to this 54. Davey Johnson, the points leader, well, what will be the points leader at the end of this race, the championship contender, the championship favorite, wins it here at Kentucky. Nick Smith a close second. He keeps this points battle very close. He may have lost the points lead, but he did his best as he could with Davey Johnson winning this race. And I think it's going to either be this 54 or this 7 who wins this championship in the ARCA Racing Series. But Davey Johnson, his first win of the season, comes here at the Kentucky Speedway. And he is now the points leader once again in the ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. So there are the official standings of the race. Davey Johnson, Nick Smith, Matt Tuck, even though he didn't win, I think he'd be happy with a top 5. John Andrews, Hairgel Arvin Alonso, Oscar Ramirez, Blaine Keys, Jesse Turner, Cole Baker, Zachary Fitzwater, the top 10. Jesse Turner might still be in this thing, and so might be Hairgel Arvin Alonso. They stayed in the top 10. Jesse Turner isn't too far behind. Now, I don't think he's, I think Jesse Turner is, at least 30 points behind the points leaders exiting this race. You guys will see the point standings at the end of this race here, but I think Jesse Turner, he might still have a shot. He got a good finish here. Wolfgang Stone, he might have about the same amount of points as Jesse Turner exiting this race here. We're just going to have to see. That's why I have the points at the end of this video, but I know for sure that Davey Johnson and Nick Smith are going to have a very good battle for this championship as the season winds down. The top 2 in points finished 1-2, Davey Johnson and Nick Smith. And it's Johnson in victory lane here at Kentucky. Take a look at the rest of the results right here for you guys. Sorry. You know, everybody finished on the lead lap, and we had many instances in this race where we could have crashed, but we didn't. And I'm telling you, this is a very, very good race for Kentucky. This is a good version of the track. I think it's like the 2010 version, and I like it. We had a good race here. Davey Johnson was the winner. So thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Davey Johnson for winning, and here are the points for the NRLOA ARCA Racing Series presented by Krispy Kreme. So that is it for me, and I will see you guys later.